Hi and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And in today's podcast, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about the outflows in particular. We're going to dig into the narrative for Bitcoin. We're also going to have a look at the biggest headlines in the crypto space, making sure that you're aware of everything that we believe everybody needs to be all over. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Jump down into the Discord. It's absolutely free to join. You should definitely go do it. Lots of opportunity for airdrops on NFTs, so free NFTs, free cryptocurrency airdrops, and all sorts of different things going on in the Discord, alongside seed rounds and private round sales for some of the biggest projects in the space. You are literally going to miss out if you don't go down into the Discord. There's so much going on, and best of all, it's absolutely free to join. So go check it out at least. And right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start here with the outflows. So we got crypto investment funds see outflows for the fourth consecutive week. Bitcoin related products accounted for $38 million of the $54 million in total outflows. So this is big money, in my opinion, moving out of cryptocurrency. And why is this? Well, this is a lot to do with the volatility, I believe. We saw a big swing from $28,000 to $26,000 last Friday. And, this is digital asset investment funds that are experiencing, the fourth consecutive week of net outflows for the $54 million that exited in the last 7 days, ending the 14th of May, according to CoinShare reports on Monday. The outflows, considered with sizable declines in crypto prices last week. And again, just talking about those volatile movements, the outflows were broad from the regional perspective, suggesting negative sentiment is not concentrated on just a few investors. And this is something that I want to talk about. Nick talks about, the higher lows, the higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, I should say, normally sort of break down. And that's where we're positioned now from a technical, point of view. And Nick and myself are expecting some volatility, but we're also aware that there could be some bear market rallies additional to what we've seen. So it's going to be volatile, and I think that there's a grab on liquidity happening before we do see those lower prices that Nick and myself are expecting. So just be mindful that we expect lower prices, and we should be dollar cost averaging, expecting lower prices, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as educational purposes only. Go away, do your own research, and make sure that the projects that you invest in, you resonate with you, and that you're, not investing more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing all of your money investing in cryptocurrency and other financial instruments. EU's crypto legal framework inches towards law with finance ministers sign off. So EU's council has approved the landmark markets in crypto assets MiCA regulation and new anti-money laundering measures for crypto transfers. So I'm going to drop this in our Discord for you to read through at your leisure. Again, I think these lawmakers and laws that will be passed are going to be seen as positive as well as negative from different viewpoints. And I don't think they're going to get it right, out of the box immediately. I do think there will be some iterations and some changes over time, as with any new technology. So, we need to be aware of this. We need to be monitoring all the, policies that are being put forward. And if we get an option to vote on them, we should be making sure that we do that, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that's happening with this framework in Europe. We've got new crypto cycle will be about Ether yields, according to what we're reading here. So Ether staking trends following Shanghai upgrade have beaten expectations according to reports. Like for me, yeah, I agree that I think the staking aspect of things has worked out really well for Ethereum so far. I'm expecting more, and I do think that it could go on to do really well, but I do believe that long term it will be surpassed by many other cryptocurrencies. I think, in the short to medium term, Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of like the market leaders alongside, Chainlink as like an Oracle provider and SingularityNet as, artificial intelligence. I think these projects, you bundle them up into market leaders. But, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I do think will, be surpassed in the ultra long-term view of things by other cryptocurrencies that, have a much wider reach when it comes to capital impact around the world. So, I'm really interested to get people's views and opinions on that, because it is a bit of I guess a talking point and can cause some arguments. But it's kind of how I feel about the market, and I'm going to stick with that. We've got Secret Service owns crypto, loves blockchain, and has an NFT collection, according to a Reddit AMA. In a crypto-themed AMA session on Reddit on the 15th, the US Secret Service answered a wide range of questions and revealed their little-known NFT collection. So I thought this was really, really interesting. The Secret Service in the US owns crypto, has its own NFT collection, and has praised blockchain technology's ability to fight financial crime. Reddit users learned during the Ask Me Anything that happened. So I'm going to detail this in the Discord for people to read through, like I say, at their leisure. For me, I think that's really cool, and I think it's also really telling. I think that the US government might not be behind it, but Secret Service is always one that's interesting. So look, it is a fantastic technology that can combat cybercrime, financial crime. It can pretty much have a huge positive bearing on the future landscape of many different sectors. Very disruptive, and ultimately we're here super early. This for me is a 10, 20, 30 trillion dollar market in the future, and people that are not in crypto just yet need to wake up and get involved, in my opinion. Go at least do research on it and see whether it resonates. See if you can kind of feel like where the world's going to be in 10, 20 years time. Do you think blockchain is going to be the primary focus for everything related to the world? Stocks and bonds, will they be tokenized? Will property be tokenized? All this sort of stuff. Just AI and the impact on the blockchain. It's going to be a very interesting world that we live in the future. So yeah, look, super excited about all of this stuff, and this reveals another angle, and I really do enjoy that sort of stuff, reading that sort of information. BlockFi creditors say crypto lending, or lender, I should say, was a victim of bad management. The creditors committee said in a court filing that BlockFi was pressing a false case narrative by portraying itself as a victim, and more blame should be placed on its management. So again, really interesting stuff, because I talk about risk management an awful lot, right? We talk about expecting lower lows and stuff like this, and I want to kind of just talk about this aspect of things because there's lots of influencers that are bullish, and I believe when the Fed pauses, there's going to be a heap load of bullishness as stocks increase in value and crypto increases in value. And I think people are going to buy into this narrative, and people are going to be buying Bitcoin at silly numbers. I think people have been buying it at 30, 31k. We dropped down to 26, and I really do like being sat where I am, where I'm realistic about what our expectations are, dollar cost averaging into the space, but also being, I guess, proactive in telling people that we should expect lower prices. Nobody really knows, nobody's got a crystal ball, but history tends to repeat itself, and we're going to see what repeats, from previous recessions and what the Fed have done in the past. I think, we will see the pivot, and I think that will lead to a big crash in stocks and cryptocurrency. So, these things are going to take time. Patience is the key. But, look, circling back to, bad management. And, I agree. These failures are human-led, problems and failures. These are poor risk management, implementations within different companies that have seen Celsius, BlockFi, Voyager, Silvergate Bank, for example. Let's not exclude traditional finance. Some of these bankings, it's poor risk management and management. So yeah, there should be consequences. I've said this time and time again. There should be consequences, criminal proceedings for these leaders of these companies that have basically implemented poor management, poor risk management, poor management. But at the same time, I think the regulators also need to take a portion of the blame. Regulators should be proactive, not reactive. And all we've seen for the SEC and other regulators around the world is reactive, not proactive approaches to these financial collapses. It's not like we haven't experienced them before in history. Like, there should be some early warning, systems put in place that alert people that there's problems before they become big enough for a banking collapse or a project or an exchange to go under. I really do think that there needs to be some proactiveness brought into the regulatory space as well. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions on what I've just said on regulation and poor management and some of these companies. Really interested to canvass people's opinions. If you enjoyed today's podcast, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.